Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Modern Warfare MP5. We're going to break down how to build the best class setup by showcasing you guys what are actually the best attachments to use. With the recent nerf of all of the guns and a lot of the Cold War ARs getting nerfed, the Modern Warfare MP5 came back into the meta and is currently one of the 6 most popular weapons to use right now in Warzone. There's a lot of excellent things about it, which we're going to showcase in today's video. So if you guys learn anything new, does help you build a better class setup, please leave a like on the video. If you guys are new to the channel, you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. Obviously, I want to showcase to you guys the best overall class setup and then how we got there. The Monolith Integral is 100% the best attachment to use. The Merc foregrip, after my data I just found, is 100% the best and only grip to use. And then obviously 45 round mag. We're going for the best hipfire build, which the Merc foregrips improves hipfire. And obviously 5 mullet laser improves our sprint to fire and our hipfire while having no negatives. It's going to give us a really good class setup. I know a lot of people do like to run the no stock. I'll showcase to you guys why I think this is 100% worth not using. The best and only 5th attachment is going to be sleight of hand. It gives you a 33% faster reload, which is a full second, which is godly. Your reload goes from being really slow to now being almost instant, which 100% helps. If you don't want to run sleight of hand, you're playing solos or duos. Stippled grip will stack with the 5-1 lasers to give you the best sprint to fire, which makes your ADS almost instant, which would be best. But as I said, this is the best overall class setup. What I wanted to take a look at first is the overall damage profile, to showcase you guys what makes this gun good in its base range, and then why it doesn't compete beyond the base range, which is why I think it might be a little bit overrated. So what you guys will be able to see on the screen is the actual damage profile of this gun. As I said, it only takes 8 shots to kill, with your time to kill being 5:26, which is incredible. You guys can see in the third column with 1 headshot. You guys can see in the third column with 1 headshot, your time to kill now goes to 4:51 and only takes 7 shots to kill, which is now the fastest killing SMG by far. The big thing on how they balanced it is that you can see with 3 headshots, you do 249 damage, which it takes 250 to kill someone. So technically speaking, if you did 3 headshots and 3 chests on someone who's technically weak, you could get a 6-shot kill, which is obviously pretty good. Then obviously with 4 headshots, it's 6 shots to kill, which you're now doing less than 400 millisecond time to kill, which is godly. Time to kill wise, this gun's godly. There's no gun that's going to be able to compete with it. The biggest negative of it is in your second damage profile, which is beyond 11 meters only. So the big negative, this gun has a little base range, and then in the second damage profile has a 25 damage to the chest, which is a big negative because if you get 1 limb shot, your time to kill drops to being 11 shots to kill, which you guys can see. You're now at 750, which is like godly slow. A lot of the SMGs are killing in under 600 in this range. So to go all the way down to 750 is like a 25% slower time to kill with 1 limb shot, which is a huge, huge negative for this gun. So this gun is only for the most aggressive players under 11 meters only. As I said, this was a huge factor I just found out when researching it. The damage 100% in the mid-range is not practical. To hit a limb shot is pretty common, and to have to get 10 chest or stomach shots only is definitely going to not be manageable in my opinion. Then with 3 headshots, your time to kill is going to go down. It's about 600, which is okay, but 3 headshots in the mid-range with this gun, it has a pretty good recoil. Could be possible, but probably not. So that is one of the big negatives I found out when researching this video, was with the overall TTK, it drops and it can drop fast. And then in the base range, you guys can see you get 5 limb shots. Your TTK will still stay the same at 8 shots to kill, which is what makes it really, really good in its base range. All right, so what you guys will see on the screen is the base time to kill and up to what range versus the PPSH, LC10, Bullfrog, and the MAC-10. You guys can see the Modern Warfare MP5 there in blue. With the new buff of the PPSH, it has an almost identical time to kill with double the range of that of the Modern Warfare MP5. The biggest difference though with this MP5 is the overall accuracy, and the overall hip fire is going to be significantly better than that of the PPSH, which is obviously going to help you in more close range gunfights. So in the base range, I think the MP5 up to 11 meters, there's no gun that's going to compete with it. Then you factor in that 1 headshot time to kill, which only the other gun that's in the SMG category that can do that is the LC10. You guys can see the chart now. With 1 headshot, the gun kills significantly faster up to its base range, which is why it's still a top tier weapon. So time to kill wise, it's still going to be top tier There's maybe 1 or 2 guns that can compete with it. And even though they can only compete with it, they can't beat it. When you get one headshot, this gun kills faster than pretty much anything you can use up to 11 meters while still having some of the best accuracy, which in my opinion is what makes it best. So what I wanted to go through first was to break down the overall attachments to showcase you guys why certain attachments were picked. The number one question people are going to wonder is, why do you pick the monolithic over the integral, or the biggest difference? The one biggest difference is their overall ADS is almost identical. With the actual monolithic, your aiming, walking steadiness, which helps your player tracking in close range, is actually decreased, which to me is a big negative. The monolithic integral, which you guys will see the overall stats on the screen, has 0.2 meters more of range, which is honestly you will not notice. And your bullet velocity is about 9% better, which you also will not notice. So in your base range of your time to kill, if you're shooting someone who's exactly 10 meters away, your time to kill is 1 millisecond difference with the monolithic integral versus the monolithic suppressor, which honestly has no effect. The bullet velocity might affect your recoil to make it slightly better with the integral. And obviously with your aim, walking steadiness, not having the negative with the regular suppressor, you definitely want the integral. It's the best and only suppressor to use. Integral is the only thing to use. The next I want to take a look at is going to be the best overall grip, because I just tested this and the Merc foregrip was 100% king. So what you guys will see on the screen is going to be the actual vertical and horizontal recoil over the base and the overall mobility. The mobility to me was irrelevant because they all have like a negative and something that the other gun doesn't have a negative in. So their overall mobility was about identical. The difference in the percentages was so minimal you honestly wouldn't notice it, between 5 and like 8%, which you probably wouldn't notice in game. The overall difference in recoil though, which I'll showcase the recoil pattern on the screen, you guys can see. You can tell the biggest difference in the overall Merc recoil. The percentages is going to be how much they improved over the base. So vertical is how much it kicked up and down, and then horizontal is how much difference there is from the farthest left bullet to the farthest right bullet. So with the Merc, it had the best recoil pattern with a 33% improvement versus the base. You can see on the bottom there, the Commando had a 5% improvement. Your horizontal was only 11% improvement, and the vertical recoil was less than 3%. So the difference in vertical, you wouldn't even notice. In horizontal, it wasn't even tighter. Yes, your bullets, as far as how much from each bullet side to side, is better. But as far as how much kick there actually is, it's only a 5% improvement over the weapon with no grip. The Ranger and Operator are identical, about 24-25%. Then the Merc foregrip, as you guys can see, was a 33% improvement. As far as how much it reduces your vertical recoil, was significantly better than the other ones. And then as far as how much side to side, it's a much tighter spread by 2 times as much as improvement over the other 2 attachments. So Merc foregrip is the best and only grip to run based on these stats alone. The next thing I want to take a look at is how the lasers are actually affected, as far as with the Merc foregrip improving your hip fire, the 5-minute laser improving your hip fire, and then the reason I said I don't recommend the no stock is it does improve your hip fire and does improve your stray speed, which is not listed, which definitely helps, but the improvement you get is not much. So on the screen you see the chart of how much improvement you get from the Merc alone, the no stock alone, and the 5-minute laser alone. Then with obviously all of them stacked together. So you can see with the 5-minute laser alone is a 60% improvement. No stock was about 10%. The Merc foregrip was about 17%. The biggest difference when you stack only the Merc and no stock together, you get about 25% improvement. When you stack all 3 together, with the 5-minute laser is 60%. To put the Merc and no stock together with that, you only get a 10% improvement over the 5-minute laser alone. And then if you add the no stock to the 5-minute laser, you get a 5% improvement. So in my opinion, the reason the no stock is extremely overrated is the overall mobility improvement you get. When you include that stray speed on top of the Merc foregrip, which is going to lower it, your improvement is 5%. Your movement speeds improved by 2%, and your hip fire improvement from using the Merc foregrip with a 5-minute laser to now stacking the no stock on there is 3%. So a 3% better hip fire, a 2% faster movement, and a 5% faster stray speed to get a 12% faster ADS. Those about equal out. To get a faster ADS percentage-wise with all these other numbers, there is very minimal. Then when you include the aiming stability, which is the first accuracy, the gun spins in a straight circle, and then your recoil is reduced by about 25%. So horizontal wise and then vertical wise, you're about 25% worse overall, which, as I said, that Merc 4 gave you the best improvement. So to go away from improving your recoil as best as possible, the no stock gives you minimal improvements in mobility to get a massive reduction in your overall accuracy, which is where this gun is best. The overall accuracy as far as hip fire and vertical recoil, this gun is godly, which is what you want to be using for in the closest, the 10 meters possible. So no stock, I 100% recommend avoiding. And like I said, as far as the fifth attachment, I know a lot of people really like it because it improves your gun very minimally. This is a modern warfare weapon. These guns are going to be stacked together to give you mobility and obviously recoil. And to lower your recoil to get a minimal improved mobility, I don't recommend. And then obviously it doesn't have a barrel, which helps lower your recoil, which is what makes it even worse. So I do recommend sleight of hand because, like I said, it gives you a 33% faster reload time, which is 1 full second. Huge improvement. Obviously, you're playing quads or trios. You guys know this improvement in the mobility with sleight of hand is godly. This is the best and only class setup you should be running. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys build better class setup. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel down below, and comment down below what you guys think is the best SMG to use right now in Warzone.